we have Dr. Rushabh Cheda, who is a resident doctor in Department of Neurosurgery at Sion Hospital, which is already one of the most what do you say, hard hit location for
Hotspots.
COVID.
Hard hit.
So I would really say that I mean, this guy has taken out a little bit of time to be with us, so that is itself a big thing. Thank you so much. So let's start with the questions. What is the situation on the front line in terms of number of cases admitted per day as of today?
So, as you know, the situation is grim. It is, unfavorable. It is unlucky, I would say. So, a daily caseload of patients in general in Maharashtra is somewhere around 2,500 to 33,000.
Hmm.
In Mumbai, it is somewhere near 1,200 to 1,500. Okay. Majority of the population, as you know, because Sion Hospital being hard hit, there is no hospitals northbound, no government hospitals or no tertiary care centers northbound to Sion Hospital. Plus, it had a very big hotspot, Dharavi, very close by. So it was catering to two hotspots at a single time, so Dharavi and Sion Koliwada.
Yeah.
So because of that, we are running a fever OPD. So a fever OPD screens to somewhere around 1,000 to 1,500 patients on daily basis.
Oh, okay.
Plus an emergency service which works and caters to somewhere around 200 to 300 people throughout the day.
Okay.
And we have a bed strength of somewhere around 350 for COVID at present. So on daily basis, there are admissions somewhere around 30 to 40 on variable basis, maximum going up to 50 to 60. Their daily admissions, from different departments comes out to be 100. So in total, a daily admission in Sion Hospital is somewhere around 150 people.
Okay.
Which is a huge number, which includes COVID as well as non-COVID, for that matter.
COVID ka treatment ke liye there are 350 beds.
Yeah, which are full as of for now.
Full right now. Whoa.
Yes.
So what? Okay. So what happens if, like, already if you have a 350 ka bar and you are full right now, and if there are new people who are just walking in saying that, hey, I want to get admitted for COVID. क्या कर सकते हैं उसके लिए?
Patients are coded. So a red code is for a patient who needs an emergency treatment, needs an urgent admission. A yellow code goes for who can wait but also requires an treatment as soon as possible. And green is something where you can just treat and send him back home.
Okay.
So accordingly the patients are coded.
Okay.
Patients of higher age or comorbidities, or younger age patients with no comorbidities which can be salvageable. These patients are given higher priorities. If in case they are not, I mean, Sion Hospital, the good thing about Sion Hospital, it never refuses patients. Be it COVID, non-COVID, they have beds, they don't have beds. It is not something new for Sion Hospital. So why there is so much media attention right now is because there's a pandemic going on and people are worried because there are no bed, and a special norm has to be followed while admitting a patient is that of social distancing. So it is not something, even before these healthcare systems were overstretched, overburdened, we were working thrice the capacity of the hospital. Supposedly, if we are having, say, our 150 beds, we were admitting somewhere around 300 to 400 patients. I mean, catering to so many patients even before also.
Okay.
So it is not something new.
Yeah, it is
right now.
Traffic of.
Right now the issue comes is you need to maintain a proper social norm of. I mean, you need to maintain a norm of social distancing. Secondly, even the healthcare workers who are working, be it doctors, resident, senior consultants, sisters, class 3, class 4 workers who look after the cleaning purposes or sanitation purpose, even they are getting infected.
Yes.
So if we take into account Sion Hospital itself, we have around 80 resident doctors who are positive.
Whoa.
Somewhere around 10 to 15 consultants who would have fallen positive. I'm not very sure about the consultant number. And there are about 100 nurses and healthcare workers who are positive. So when these people fall positive, an entire bunch of people who is in contact with them, during that certain time are quarantined.
Yes.
So it is not only about beds which are falling short, it is about the healthcare workers who are also falling short.
Yeah, because you have
So
a daily rise of new admittance and a sudden pump of, I mean, I would say a decline of manpower to cater to them.
exactly. So I mean, it is a long known fact. It is an WHO and Indian government published thing that in India there is, say, one bed for 1,000 patients, 1,055 patients. There is one doctor per 1,500 patients, and there are two nurses per 2,500 patients.
Whoa.
Whereas the norm should be, the norm which is said by the WHO is 500 to 700. I mean, one doctor per 500 to 700 population. So
Oh.
we are way above, and we are already way exceeded that.
Whoa.
The current problem is, just because so much attention on COVID right now, I mean, if I go by current number of 10th of June, Maharashtra itself has, somewhere around 26,000 active cases.
Okay.
So when you're isolating this 26,000 active cases, at the same time you are isolating their contacts too. So as the Maharashtra government reports, they say that they have isolated somewhere around 7 to 8 lakh people,
okay,
which are in COVID centers, getting treated. And at the same time, when you're treating the COVID patient, you need to have an eye on these contacts, whether they're developing symptoms or not. And if they're developing symptoms, they're tested for it.
Yeah.
So, and so the healthcare workers and the doctors are, divided. And so, I mean, doctors are treating, doctors are looking after the administrative work, the doctors are doing contact tracing. So, I mean, the things which are, things get divided, people get divided.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to fall short of numbers.
Yeah.
Plus, with the current unlock, and I mean, somehow I feel that people have actually lost that fear for life. I mean, a couple of days back, I had a Facebook post where I started feeling that, has importance of life been so low that people are so intolerant that after 2.5 months of lockdown and staying home, they're wanting to work.
And I saw those photos and I saw that people, see, I understand that economy is affected. I understand that people have to go out and work because money is important. But yeah, for personally, I'm happy that I'm afraid about this fact, and because of being afraid, I'm not going out of my house. Okay, I'm trying to do my best to not go go out of my house no matter what. But मुझे पता है कि I've seen these photos and I'm like कि यार लोग वॉक करने जा रहे हैं, लोग ऐसा साइकिलिंग के लिए जा रहे हैं, लोग शॉपिंग के लिए जा रहे हैं, नॉर्मल शॉपिंग वाली दुकान है, एसेंशियल सर्विसेज आर देयर, आई एग्री, ग्रोसरी लेने को जाना पड़ता है, अग्री, मेडिकल जाना पड़ता है, आई एग्री, बट शॉपिंग बैग्स का स्टोर्स क्यों खुले हैं, उसकी क्या जरूरत है? आई अंडरस्टैंड लोगों को पैसे कमाने हैं, अग्रीड, बट मोर देन दैट I never thought that I am so completely against this idea of unlock. Okay, I do not believe that till next 2-3 months more we should not be I've seen the numbers explode so badly. Plus a couple of days back only I saw that the entire chart of the entire lockdown time was going up. And now
it's never come down.
it should, instead of locking it more, extending the lock for more time, जैसे unlock हुआ, I know that a lot of people who are as it is not giving, like they are not caring about things, they are going to go out more. And we saw that.
Exactly.
We saw that Western Express Highway पे traffic था, Eastern Express Highway पे traffic था. And I saw those photos and I'm like यार ये क्या हो रहा है यार, मतलब लोगों को एक और चीज क्या होती है बताएगा, खुद की लाइफ की तुम्हें फिक्र नहीं है, चलेगा, तुम्हारे वजह से जो दूसरों को हो रहा है, वो चीज का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज समथिंग व्हाट पीपल आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एंड दैट मुझे गुस्सा आता है कि यार ये क्या,
and then how does it transform is, see, 26,000 patients, okay, if 26,000 patients, of which only say supposedly 10,000 को admission चाहिए, ठीक है? So you go to a certain hospital. That certain hospital has somewhere around 300 or 350 beds. I mean, the previous patient needs to get discharged before he is admitted, right? To get a bed. So then he goes to that hospital, udhar bed nahi mila. He is sent to another hospital. Udhar bed nahi mila. He is sent to another hospital. Usko wahan bed nahi mila. What happens is it creates a panic for that patient. It creates a mental trauma for that relatives. And they start getting one notion is doctors don't want to treat us. Okay? You take care of yourself. We are not saying no to any sort of treatment.
Exactly. But
and
already
this panic.
Exactly. Hospital में already जगह कम है. Beds कम है, उसके सामने doctors कम है, उसके सामने doctors are getting infected also, so they are getting lower also. And then you want to go out for shopping and walking and time pass, और फिर तुम्हें contact होगा, और फिर तुम hospital जाओगे और तुम्हें जगह नहीं मिलेगा तो तुम doctor को blame करोगे. And that is something that I feel that यार ये गलत है. It is our individual responsibility to take care and stay indoors if you can stay indoors. You have to make sure जब तक एकदम extreme scenario नहीं आता है तो बाहर जाने की जरूरत क्या है?
Exactly. I mean, since you are my friend, you can understand what is going through my mind and what goes through me when I see patients of COVID coming. Though, I mean, I would say I've not done much of a COVID duty, but then when I'm treating a non-COVID patient or a patient who's come with some neurological disorder, I do not know his status, right? The fact where people started saying that the curve should flatten, the curve should flatten, the curve should flatten. It is not only about flattening the curve. The lockdown was meant to break the chain.
Yeah.
But the problem is nobody came up saying that, okay, it's about breaking the chain.
Yeah.
Get my point?
Exactly.
When I am a certain person, I fear coming home after a few surgeries when I'm operating on any COVID patients. I fear coming home. Post my surgery, I go to the hostel and I stay there for a day and then I come back. So why only me have that fear? The whole lockdown, the main purpose of lockdown was a couple of things. One was to break the chain. Second was to make the healthcare system ready so that it can cater to larger number of population in case if it is required. The third thing was to educate the people and make them understand that it is important to stay home right now rather than go out. It is important to break the chain. It is important to inculcate few activities like wearing the mask, maintaining social distancing, washing your hands, using of sanitizer, covering your face, not touching your mask. Now these days, if I go to some petrol pump to fill petrol, before filling the petrol, that petrol wala guy would be like, "Saab kitna chahiye?" I mean, what was this 2.5 months for? I mean, why are you even wearing a mask? I know it is a difficult thing to inculcate. You feel suffocated. We feel suffocated. I mean, being a doctor operating for 7 to 8 hours, even I start feeling suffocated in that mask. But then that is the necessity for your life right now.
Exactly.
And these are the few things which the government intended for the people to learn. A very simple fact is the numbers which we have reached today, the Indian numbers, which is like 276,000. India has reached this number in somewhere around 129 days. Okay. US was there in 60th day. Italy was there on 67th day. France was there in 90th day. So whatever good the good which has been done right now, because we've reached the number so late, it will be completely undone if people, stop thinking that. I mean, when you see crowded buses,
quite a lot of people have a perception that unlock आ गया मतलब कोरोना चला गया. यार ये बहुत खराब thought process है. It's like people are thinking that we have beaten corona and that is why we are okay to go out of the house. I understand काम important है. I understand सबको जाना पड़ेगा, सबको काम करना पड़ेगा. मुझे भी करना है और मुझे भी जाना है. In fact, I also get frustrated staying inside my room and inside my house for a long time. But जान बचेगी तो पैसे कमा लेंगे यार, दैट इज
exactly.
मच मोर
I mean,
बिगर. एंड मुझे फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है कि लोग उसको बहुत लाइटली लेते हैं. आई हैव सीन माय फ्रेंड्स गोइंग डाउन. वो बोलता है कि चल फायर गार्डन जा रहा हूँ मैं घूमने, ऐसे आएगा क्या? मैं बोला पागल हो गया है, तेरे वजह से तेरे माँ बाप का क्या होगा, तू वो सोचा है कि नहीं? बाय द वे, एनी थॉट्स ऑन योर दिस आइडिएशन के वैक्सीन का क्या होगा या क्या हो सकता है? आई
see,
मीन
even if the vaccine, the thing is, see, even if the vaccine has to come out, it has to follow certain protocols. It has to pass certain tests. It has to be go through certain clinical trials before it is approved. So, which takes a time of somewhere around 2.5 to 3 months. So, even if a vaccine is possible in the Indian scenario, if India is to make it, probably it will be in the market somewhere around September, August end, September, mid September kind thing.
Okay.
If it has to be made somewhere in US or somewhere. So first, it getting passed through the the authority general, which is looking after the drugs.
Yeah.
Then market production of it. Selling of the rights of that vaccine to certain company. Then certain company starts manufacturing it or producing it in a large scale, then it coming to a different country. So it is going to pass a lot of tests. Secondly, when you start using that vaccine, this is a very restricted time. Okay, so this pandemic is what, say some 6 months old.
Yeah.
The first case which China reported was somewhere in December.
Yeah.
Okay, though it has reported way earlier, it is not spoken, and let's not get into it.
Exactly.
But what is the pandemic old? It is just 6 months old, right?
Yeah.
There are so many treatment options which are coming up. The most talked about hydroxychloroquine. People do not know whether it is useful or it is not useful. It is not treating the virus for sure. It is not a drug to treat the virus.
Yeah.
It has a certain different mechanism through which it tries inhibiting the virus.
Okay.
So that is why it was so much into talk.
Yeah.
And hydroxychloroquine is what? I mean, whatever we take for malaria is hydroxychloroquine. Okay. That is why India was on charts of US and Brazil when they asked, "Ke hame bhi hydroxychloroquine do." But then it's toll of side effects. Yeah. Especially for the cardiac patients. Mm-hmm. Then there was monoclonal antibodies. I mean, how do I say? These are like whatever our immune system is, it tries to fight against a certain agent, virus, or whatever we say. So the monoclonal antibodies are going to attack to that whatever our bodies produce, so that we do not mount an reaction to it. Then there are certain antivirals, like the remdesivir, which is now upcoming talk of the town, which is coming up. But all these medications or all these treatment protocols, these are not proven. Yeah. Whatever is happening is all a part of trial. Yeah. Their side effects and their effects and how it works, these are all in learning phase. Similarly, it is going to be for the vaccine. Once it starts getting utilized, people are not going to know what are its side effects or how it is going to affect a person in long term. Yeah. And will it be effective till a year or more than a year or lesser than that? Exactly. So nobody knows. Yeah. And the problem with COVID, and to get back to the numbers, why people are going out. If you look at the numbers till 10th of June, in Maharashtra, the most affected people lie in the age range of 20 to 60, 21 to 60. Wow. So the 75% population is in this age group, which are getting affected. Yeah. And of this age group, we'll say that the earning population. Yeah. Right? Yeah. This is the population on which the whole family depends. Yes. Right? Yeah. And when we say that 20 to 40, this is probably the one which is literate right now. Yes. Seeing to the education coverage since last 10-20 years, this is the early literate kind of population. Yes. So India is losing a literate population. India is losing earning population, which is going to take toll again on the economy of the country. Because when you don't have people who is earning, it is going to take a toll on it. Though I don't understand economics a lot, but whatever I could, take out of it. This is the same population which is falling prey to the diseases like hypertension, tuberculosis. This is the same population which is falling prey to diabetes. This is the same population which is addicted to certain things like smoking, which is harmful when you take into consideration COVID. So the majority of deaths which have occurred till date, 70% of population was with some comorbidity. So you get my point? The majority of patients are in the earning group. The majority of patients who are expiring due to unfortunate causes are having, certain comorbid picture. Why such information is not coming for the younger population? Why is the younger population not ready to understand that we are still not at the peak? There have been so many media reports. There have been so many scientific reports and researches which say that the peak in India is going to be in somewhere mid-July.
Yeah, exactly. So we have not reached the peak.
It is
a
more terrifying thing.
Yeah, that uske pehle
the lockdowns the lockdowns in Italy or lockdowns in France, or for that matter New Zealand, they opened up after they had a certain plateau. I agree, India economically is not as high on charts as Italy or France. But then we need to understand the same thing that, if we survive at the end of the day, that is going to help us in earning, because there is hell lot of mental trauma